So the big picture for this lesson is shifted parabolas as conic sections. And here's our interactive graph. As you can see, the general form this time has an h and a k for the translation. So it's x minus h quantity squared equals 4p times y minus k. And of course, it's x squared because the parabola is opened up or down. So notice first that I have these sliders h and k. H translates to the right for positive or left for negative. And notice what happens with the signs. When h is positive, it actually has a minus h in the equation. But when h is negative, that switches to a plus. Same thing happens with the k value. When the k is positive, the equation is y minus k. When it's negative, it's y plus k, like that. So don't be confused by the double signs. Okay, so now I've got my parabola centered with the vertex at -2 for x, and then 3 for y. Now I'm going to adjust the p-value. Right now the p-value is 1, so the distance from the vertex to the focus and the directrix is 1 each. So I'm going to increase to 2. Notice what happens. The parabola is wider, the vertex didn't move. The focus moved further away from the vertex, and so did the directrix. They're both 2 away because the p-value is 2. Notice that the 4p changed to 8. Increase some more. Notice what happened. The focus is further away still, and so is the directrix, now 3 away each from the vertex. The p-value is 12. And then if I translate this by changing, say, the k value, notice that's all that changes. The only thing that moves is the parabola goes down along with the vertex and the focus. None of these distances change because the p-value didn't change. So what happens if I make the p-value very small? Skinny parabola. And the focus and the directrix get very close to the vertex. Now I'm going to go negative. Let's go with -2. So the distance from the vertex to the focus and to the directrix is 2. You have a -8 because p is -2, and it's 4 times that. Now I'm going to shift left to right here. Notice how the equation changes. The h value changes, and everything moves to the right, and that's all that changes. Now up. Notice the k value changes, that's all that changes. The p value doesn't change, so the parabola doesn't get wider or narrower. Now let's look at parabolas open left to right. This is a y squared instead of an x squared. H and the k work the same way. So I'm making my h value 4 and my y value 2. Then I'm going to adjust the p value. Notice the parabola gets wider. The focus and the directrix move. The vertex stays in the same place. And then if I go negative with a p-value, look at what happens. The parabola is now open to the left. And the bigger negative number I make the p-value, the wider the parabola gets, the distance from the vertex to the focus and the directrix increases. So my p-value right now is -3. That means I'm 3 away from the focus and the directrix when it comes to the vertex, and the parabola is open to the left. So that's the big picture for this lesson.